Do I need a shave today? Yeah, I definitely do. All right, welcome to Gary's Shave, coming up right after this.
All right, good day, everybody. Today is Monday, May the 11th, 2026. Thanks for joining me. Thanks to all my subscribers who watch my channel. I really appreciate all you guys. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, think about becoming a subscriber. If you enjoy this type of content, it's absolutely free, and then you'll be notified when I come out with new videos. Today's video, it's going to be, or today's shave is going to be a Crown Shaving Co.'s shave. We'll be using Crown's Supreme Glide Pre-Shave Gel. This is a gel from Crown Shaving, and they are based out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The shave cream I'm going to be using will be Crown's peppermint scented shave cream. Give you a look at this stuff. It's a nice white, fluffy, very light mint scent to it, but it's a peppermint. It smells good. And for the aftershave, I'll of course be using Crown's aftershave balm, and I will be using Crown's cologne afterwards to finish that off. I will be using my famous shave scuttle here, bought from Stephen Woodhead out of the UK. And I will be using the Simpson's Trafalgar T3 to whip up the lather. And for today's shave, we are using the Merkur 34G. G just stands for gold. They've got one in C, and the C just means chrome. So without further ado, you guys, I'm going to get my shave towel here, get ready for the scuttle. I'm going to put some hot water in the sink, you guys, and I'll bring you back when we're ready to get rolling here. All right, you guys, I've got that all set up. There we go. We've got the shave towel rolled up in the shave scuttle. As you know, I'm going to go throw this into the microwave for a minute and a half, you guys. And I want to tell you a story about a bunch of drunken fools out in one of the coldest nights of winter that we had that year. And the amount of fun, the sheer fun that we had, and some of the funny things that happened along the way while we were out tobogganing. All right, I'll go throw this in the microwave, you guys, and we'll get right back, and I'll try and tell you that story without making this video 30 minutes long. I'll be right back. All right, you guys, while that stuff's heating up in the microwave, we'll keep moving forward and we'll get our pre-shave on. As you can see, I've got a couple of days growth stacked up on me here. Definitely old sandpaper face. So here we go with our pre-shave gel. Just a little bit of this. One squirt tends to be about perfect. Down the hands, and here we go. It doesn't really have much of a scent of any description to it. It's not perfumed at all, it doesn't seem like. But it is slick. Just wash your hands off a little bit, you guys. Yeah, so there's a hill in St. Thomas. It's got a nice gradient to it like this, and in the wintertime, everybody loves to go tobogganing on that hill because it can really get to be a sheet of ice. And the night we went, it was. We had all been drinking and partying and carrying on, and then sometime late, like 10 o'clock at night, we decide, let's go to the big hill. Well, stuff's right out of the microwave. Let's go to the big hill. Because what had happened was we were in the middle of winter, it was brutally cold, and then we had this unusual thaw, and it created a lot of water on top of the snow. And then it got brutally cold again that night, and it froze all that snow and everything into a solid sheet ice. I mean, I went down this hill, you guys, on my belly, on a crazy carpet, and I went down so fast, it literally took the blue dye out of my blue jeans. My pants, from where my legs were touching the ground, it took the color right out of my jeans. That's how fast I'm talking about going down this hill. And at the bottom of the hill, there was about a 20-foot square, or 20-foot circle of water that hadn't frozen yet. But I kid you not, all you did was lift up the front of your crazy carpet and zoom, you hydroplaned right across it. Now, in that hole going down the hill and everything, I was trying to get my feet to dig into the ice to slow me down a little bit because I was going so fast. And I couldn't dig my feet into nothing. That's how hard the ice had become. Now, after you go out over that 20-foot chute of water, behind that is a creek, and it's not frozen yet. It's still got running water in this creek. So if you go too far, you're going to end up in the creek. So anyways, I'll go grab that shaving gear and I'll carry on with the rest of this story as we get our Monday shave on, gang. All right, gang, got that stuff out of the microwave. It's time to whip up the lather in our shave scuttle. Again, we're using Crown shave cream here. I'll get my guitar pick. There we go, good old trusty guitar pick. And we're gonna use about that much. We'll turn on the other camera here. We're going to use about that much shave cream right there. We'll just pour that and spread it around in the bottom of my shave scuttle. Little guitar pick gets pretty slick when it's got some soap on it. Okay, so back to that story. So needless to say, all night long, a bunch of drunken fools. We had wooden toboggans. We had people with crazy carpets. We had people with the little saucers. Just about every kind of snow device for going down a hill you could think of we had out there, including a big inner tube. Okay, we're done with our shave cream here. Just about time we'll get a lather whipped up. Oh, forgot to put my shave brush in some hot water. Oh well, it's a synthetic brush, it'll survive. We'll just put a little in it now. And here we go, folks. We'll get working up a lather for you. Not a lot of water in the scuttle and not a lot of lather happening at the moment. So we're going to have to dribble in some water. All night long we're having a blast on the side of, at the top of, you walk up to the top of the hill, which was no easy feat. You had to walk around because you couldn't walk up the hard ice. It was just, you just slip. Couldn't get to the top. So we had a place worked out where you could walk. There was enough snow that you could at least walk back up the hill. And we were up and down that hill all night long having a blast. And then one time a friend of mine decided he wanted to go on a ride on the inner tube. Maybe drip a little more water into that, not a lot. Get our suds machine working. The big bubbles down to smaller bubbles and the smaller bubbles down to lather. So, needless to say, I'm watching as my friend is going down on this inner tube. And he's got a buddy on the other side. There's just the two of them on the inner tube, one on either side. And as they're going down the hill, of course, the inner tube is turning around and whatnot. And they go, around, they go flying down that hill. Zoom, hydroplane right across the 20 feet of water at the bottom. And then the one buddy, he can see the creek coming up. So he's smart. We'll call him the smart guy. He's seen the creek coming and jumped off right away. Well, that destabilized the inner tube. So my friend's falls down on all fours onto the inner tube, trying to get it stable, just in time for it to go whoosh, tush, out into this creek. There we go. Finish lathering up here. My friend very quickly realized he had a choice to make because he was getting further away every second that he was deciding on whether do I got to jump into this ice cold creek water or what can I do? And of course he figured out there was no other way to get back except for to jump out of the water as quick as you can because you're getting further and further away from everybody. So my buddy jumped out of that water and it was up to his waist. And when he got out of the water, and by the time we walked him back to his car, you could have taken his clothes off from his pants and just stood them up. They would have stood up on their own. They were nothing but a solid sheet of ice. And then, all right, you guys, that's enough lather. I'll turn the other camera off. Then didn't the poor guy, in all that melee, lose his keys? So he's freezing to death. We're trying to get him back inside his car by breaking into it, but it was a Mustang car that he had, and Mustangs, if you don't know, generally have pretty good security systems in it, and it was not an easy car to get into. But eventually, one of the pro crooks I was hanging around with figured out how to get in, and we did get him back in and get him to someplace warm. But I gotta tell you, I laughed my ass off as soon as I realized, because a bunch of us realized he's going into the creek. Oh, yes, he was. And yes, he did. I've never forgotten that poor, oh, there you go. every shave, get talking, forget what I'm doing. I forgot to use my shave towel. Well, normally I would just keep going, but since today's video is already going to be a little longer due to my chat, I'm going to go back and put this on, heat up the old face because it needs it. There we go. There's the shave towel I was forgetting about. Oh, yes. Yes, we need that warmth. Draw the old whiskers out. Yeah, I never forgot. I've never gone down a hill so fast in my entire life as I did that night on a crazy carpet. It was just zoom. Amazing. Like I said, my pants were bleached. It looked like somebody bleached the fronts of my pants white. Because wherever it was touching the ground, it just literally took the dye out of the jeans. But we did have a blast, you guys. Okay. Try and keep this video short for sanity's sake. That was a night to remember. It was a very fun night we all had, although it wasn't without an incident or two. I went down on a wood toboggan with about 4 other people. And we ended up hitting something that catapulted us into the air. And I kid you not, I landed the toboggan must have landed right on a rock because it felt like somebody just hit me right in the tailbone with a rock really hard. It was fun though. I've never been down a hill so fast as that night. All right, here we go, you guys. We'll get the first pass with the Merkur 34G with an Astra blade on it. And it's second use. Yes, second use. I decided not to put any music in the background of this video because I keep using music that tells me it's copyright free and royalty free. And the next thing I know, YouTube's putting a copyright strike, or not a strike, I've never gotten a strike, but they say it's copyrighted, but the user allows it to be used on YouTube. Well, so in this video, you guys, there's going to be no extra music. Well, Geo Fat Boy says they call this razor the workhorse of the industry, and I can see why. It gives a smooth shave, and it'll do just about anybody's type of face. Reason I can hack through a shave fairly quick is I don't have a lot of hair in here. Just a little bit. It's all down here and around my throat, so I can motor through my cheeks pretty quickly. Whereas some of those really thick bearded guys, they've got to kind of work through it a little bit. Everybody's face is different. Everybody shaves different. I've never seen two people shave the same. We've got lots of lather here. There we go. Squeegee off the lips, cross grain. I was recently in contact with Alex from Alex's Shave. If you remember Alex, he was an older gentleman who was quite the character. And by older gentleman, I just mean older than me. He was doing really well. His subscriber count was up there pretty fast, and I thought he would stick with it. But then he kind of just up and pulled the plug on it, and based on recent conversation I had with him back and forth in an email, I don't think he's coming back. But at least he gave us some funny videos to watch before he hung it up anyway. Alright, there we go. That's 2 passes, you guys. Alright. We could quit right there. I'm smooth as a pane of glass. Pane of glass, I tell you. But we're going to do a 3rd pass anyway. Where is southwestern Ontario? Almost directly right across the lake from Cleveland. You'll find southwest Ontario. Right across the old Great Lake there. You will find southwest Ontario, which is where I live. It's probably an hour and a little over an hour for me to get to the border at the Blue Water Bridge, or a little, maybe 2 hours to get to Sarnia. Buffalo's not that far. There's about 2 or 3 bridge crossings in the along southwestern Ontario for all the commerce that happens, or was happening. This is the 3rd and final pass, you guys, against the grain. I can hear it getting a little bit closer. All right, you guys. We're going to call that good. I'm going to pull the plug on this. I'm going to tidy up. I'll bring you guys back. We'll finish off this shave and get you out of here in under 20 minutes. I'll be back in a minute, gang. Don't go anywhere. Okay, gang, we are down to the finer parts of the shave. I'm going to use some alum here. I'm not expecting much feedback. It's a pretty darn smooth razor, the Merkur 34 is. If you've never used one, they're quite fairly mild razor. They work well, and you get almost no irritation from them. I'm not feeling any here. All right, well, I'll dry off the block of alum while that sits on my face for a little bit, does its job. And I just find wiping off the alum will keep it smooth for the next time I use it. Nice and smooth. All right, that's enough of the alum. Back of the box. Then we'll get the alum off the face. It's had a chance to do its job. Yeah, that was the fun part of that snow ride. Once you got going down that hill, there was no way to slow yourself down. There was no digging your feet in. There was nothing. All you had to do was enjoy the ride and hope you didn't end up in the creek. Okay, you guys, here is the Crown's aftershave balm. It does not have much scent to it either. It's fairly creamy, about that much of work. It does not smell fantastic or wonderful. It has, like I said, almost no real scent to it. It's definitely not cologne scented of any kind. And there we go, you guys. We are just about done. I'm going to put a little bit of cologne on to say I did. And that will be the Crown Traveling Cologne. This is very strong stuff. A little bit goes a long way. It's a roll-on. There we go. And a little bit goes a long way. You don't need much of that. All right, you guys. Well, listen, thanks for sticking with me. If you made it this far in the video, that's it for the shave. I'll try and get you out of here in 20 minutes. And think about subscribing to my channel. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now, guys.